The best of money matters. Right Business.
Welcome to The Right Business, where we dive deep into the stories of trailblazers who dare to disrupt the status quo, find the gap in the market to find the right business. Hello, I'm Hongbin, Jeong. Today, we're doing things a little differently here because it's the eve of International Women's Day 2025. So, of course, we're going to feature a female entrepreneur who is making an impact across business and paving the way for meaningful change. International Women's Day is a chance to acknowledge the achievements and challenges of women and look at how they are shaping the future. Our next guest was only a teenager when she first started crafting her own jewelry as a way to make some pocket money and also as a hobby. A decade later, she's the founder of Buy Invite Only, a very established and proudly Singaporean brand that makes affordable, sensitive skin-friendly jewelry. So how does she do it? How does she do it all? What makes her brand so successful? And how does she navigate the challenges of being a female entrepreneur? Well, joining us today is Trixie Khong, who is the founder and chief executive officer at Buy Invite Only Jewellery. Trixie, welcome to the show.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you so much for joining us. Trixie, I just want to start off by asking you, what inspired you to start Buy Invite Only? And how did you come up with the idea back in 2009?
Honestly, it wasn't planned. So I was, as you said, a teenager. I was 19, 20 years old at the time. So what really was on my mind was, this is a hobby. I started crafting maybe a bit earlier, 18, 17, and then this became like an obsession. So I ended up with a lot of jewelry pieces lying around, and I just thought, I need to clear this. If not, I can't make more. So it was just a very innocent hobby and a passion that turned into a business. And maybe 16 years ago, that was when we started. There was like a blog shop era where people were selling on blogs because it was free.
Right.
So I was doing a little bit of that, and that's how I started.
I see. Interesting. Well, can you share your journey from being an undergraduate with, little money to becoming the founder of a successful jewelry brand?
It was really hard. I think on the personal front, overcoming maybe a lot of imposter syndrome because I was a young girl, teenager. I don't have any experience. I was also not born with a silver spoon. So I had a lot of can I make this really happen? Or is this just like a hobby? And I did not do any market research at the beginning because what's the demand? Is there any interest in my product? It was just for myself. I was making something that gave me a sense of pride. With my bare hands, I could make something and make a living out of it. So that was really meaningful to me as a young adult, finding my way, finding what I should be doing with my life. So in a way, it was my journey. I was prepared to get off that journey if it didn't work out, but I'm so glad I did not. Yeah,
amazing. And now every Singaporean probably knows Buy Invite Only, right?
I hope so.
Well, other than your young age, did you face any challenges when starting Buy Invite Only, especially as a female entrepreneur?
I think that being born in Singapore and being an entrepreneur in Singapore, I am very lucky because I don't feel that obvious discrimination being a female, but I do experience it when I go to trade shows globally around the world, maybe in Japan or in more traditional business settings such as Hong Kong. I remember my first trade show, I wasn't dressed the right way. I was in sneakers. I want to be comfortable because there's a lot of walking going on. I wasn't in a blazer or business suit, and I realized that people don't take me seriously. So that was one of the challenges I do face, being a young or maybe also female entrepreneur. But back at home, I don't feel there's any discrimination. Maybe also I was quite innocent, and being young, I was just, if you don't want to give it to me, it's fine. I'll find someone else. I'll find another way. Yeah.
I see. Well, Buy Invite Only has grown to become one of Singapore's best-known independent jewelry brands. What do you think contributed most to its success?
I believe it's our attention to the detail, especially listening to our customers and what their feedback is, and always trying to iterate a better product. So we are very, very proud. Today, I just told my team that, hey, we hit 10,000 positive 5-star reviews on our website.
Amazing.
So it was a very tiny milestone, but I think that is something and a testament to the love of our products. And I'm very glad that they are enjoying the quality. So I'm just listening to our customers and understanding what they like, what they don't, always adapting and iterating, that I feel it contributed to our success.
I see. So how has Buy Invite Only's product offering evolved over the years? years? I mean, particularly in terms of sensitive skin-friendly jewelry.
So maybe 16 years ago, I do have very sensitive eczema-prone skin myself. So in a way, I'm satisfying a need that I have. I wasn't able to afford fine jewelry growing up. So I thought, I really needed to make something that I can wear myself. So it started very innocently from that belief and that vision. And I realized that there were a lot of like-minded customers that are also looking for something similar that wouldn't break their bank and they could continually style themselves in different outfits and change out their jewelry all the time. So I would say over the years, other than our material, we do always sell nickel-free jewelry and make sure that our pieces are toxic-free and clean. But in the last 3 years, we have switched to recycled gold, silver, and brass from a more sustainable standpoint, and also added like e-coating to our jewelry so that there's kind of like a barrier between the skin and the metal. So that kind of enhances the product and makes it not so easy to be sensitized to. Yeah.
Wow, the attention to detail there. I mean, you've also mentioned the importance of listening to customer feedback, right? Can you share an example of how, feedback has influenced your designs or business decisions?
Very simple feedback, such as even I like my pendant to be movable. So sometimes you will see in our shop, we have pendants that are like on a hinge instead of being suspended on its own. So simple things like that. But all the way to, I want to try earrings. I want to try and I want to have the freedom to change my mind. So a lot of our competitors do not offer returns for earrings or trying of the earrings because also for the hygiene issue. But for us, it's a matter of making sure that how do we solve this for our customers and at the same time make sure that it's safe and clean for our users and consumers. So we take the extra step to offer them hand sanitizers. We also take the extra step of giving individual sachets of wet wipes that are antibacterial, and we give them new pieces when they want to make a purchase. So these are extra steps that we have taken into account so that it solves their problem, because I think jewelry is very personal. When you put it on, it makes you feel different. It completes your outfit, but just looking on the screen, the pictures might not give you the full idea. So that's something that we really bridged. Yeah.
I see. What role do you think does mentorship also play in your career, and how do you give back to the entrepreneurial community today, especially as a successful female entrepreneur?
What mentorship looks like for me now is a lot of one-on-ones. So I don't have this aspiration, unfortunately, to be like a famous business person with my own book deal or like my own podcast. But for me, I do enjoy giving back and talking about the lessons that I've learned. So that really involves a lot of meeting up one-on-one. It does take a longer time, but I feel it's more meaningful. You get to meet me personally to ask questions. So only recently I started to do that, because for the first 15 years, I was really fighting fires and trying to solve problems for the brand. And also I needed to learn the experience to be able to start giving advice. So maybe I would meet up sometimes with young entrepreneurs, that maybe aspiring entrepreneurs, I would say, and give them maybe 1 hour of my time. Or I would meet up with other founders also to learn from them as well. So I think it's a good experience.
I see. So during those one-on-one session, what advice do you often share with those young aspiring entrepreneurs who reach out to you for guidance?
The most common question that I get is, I want to be a business person or I want to be an entrepreneur, but I don't know what my business is going to be. What am I going to do with my life, with my career? What should I do? What path should I take? And I feel the most fundamental advice that I would give them is really to understand yourself. Self-awareness is really important. Going on that journey, going on internships, trying different things. So when I was young, I did not work in a full-time job before Buy and Buy only, but I've done F&B, I've done work in a bank doing administration, I have worked in retail, and that gave me an idea of what I liked and what I don't. My working style, how I work with other team members, and I got to learn about myself a lot, my strengths, my weaknesses. So I feel through that journey, you might find opportunities there as well. So I do recommend, instead of focusing on what the product or the end service business that you want to to be in, maybe go on a self-exploration journey, go traveling, if you can afford it, of course, take a gap year or work for someone, even for free, just to learn the experience. I know that is quite controversial now because not many people would want to work for free.
Right.
But if that was a company that I really wanted to work for, maybe Google, Apple, or even P&G, for example, if it's beauty products, I would work for free, like pick me. Like that is what I'm willing to
Just
to
give me
up.
a chance,
Yes.
right?
So I don't feel that hunger from a lot of the younger generation now, but I'm not saying all of them are like that. So I feel that anyone that have even the guts to email me personally, ask for a one-on-one, I say good on you. Like I will meet you, because instead of waiting for things to happen to you, you are actually going out there, talking to people, trying to get like a meeting. So I do appreciate that. Yeah.
Right, I see. Well, you've mentioned also expanding to new markets in Hong Kong, Malaysia, and the Philippines. What excites you most about these regional expansions?
Maybe the most exciting thing would be that someone outside of Singapore would love our products. It's really simple like that. It's not about, maybe that market size would give us like a few million other dollars. I think what is the most important thing is, do people like our products there? What is the feedback they are going to give to us? Do we have to change anything? So I'm really very interested to know more about the different consumers over there, learn more about their culture. And a lot of our designs are inspired by Singapore. I would love to inspire my designs with their culture, with their holidays, their celebrations, and not just from Singapore, so that there is kind of like a mix and we can all learn on this journey together. Yeah.
Amazing. Well, before we let you go here, looking back, what advice would you give to, other women out there who are looking to carve out a career or business for themselves?
I would advise making small goals and then trying to hit them, not thinking of the big elephant in the room. And my husband once said this to me and it stuck. And he said, how do you eat an elephant? And that's one bite at a time.
Right.
So no matter how big the project is, no matter how daunting it is, people tend to think of the end result. Like for today, actually it's my first radio show. I would maybe be very nervous. I would think, oh no, I have to be there. But if I keep thinking about that nervousness and being there at the end result, I would just maybe reject the interview, for example. So I would say just do whatever is right in front of you, one step at a time, and don't rush into it. Yeah.
Amazing. How would you eat an elephant one bite at a time? Well, thank you so much, Trixie, for joining me today.
Thank you so much for having me.
Thank you. We've been speaking with Trixie Khong, who is the founder and chief executive officer at Buy Invite Only Jewellery. This has been The Right Business with me, Hongbin Jeong.
To listen to more great interviews, download our podcasts at audio.sg or download the audio app. That's AWEDIO, audio at the App Store and Google Play.